Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yokoman here. Welcome back to another episode of this PES 2021 Master League here with Leeds United. And today we're going to take on Southampton, Fulham and West Ham. And I tell you, we're getting 6 points in this one, boys. We're getting 6 points. I mean, we're edging ever closer to, like, I suppose we are mid-table now, but to that spot of, like, yeah, we're going to be safe this year. We're going to be fine. We also will be entering the window in the episode after this. I'm going to record both episodes back-to-back. So I appreciate all the feedback. We may be able to bring in a couple of players on the cheapo because we can't really move anyone on to make any money because we just quite simply don't have the squad for that. The squad is so small. But yeah, man, let's get into it. There's a 3-point gap between us and Southampton, and we can close that in today's episode. Also, West Ham as well. We could close that gap. So surprisingly, though, Liverpool's still in 10th. So the squad for the Southampton match: Rodrigo up top, Rafinha on the right, Doku on the left, Pablo Hernandez at the cam position, Click and then Phillips a little bit deeper, Coq-Llorente as our centre-back partnership. We've got Cooch and Dallas and Meslier obviously in net. We know they've got a strong side. I struggled against these in this formation that they play when we were at Spurs. So they've always been an issue for me. Also, after today's set of recordings, so the next 2 episodes, we will be on data patch 4.0. And I'm also looking at the Clashman's tactics, but I don't think they take effect unless you start a new Master League, so they're probably not going to be important to us. But yeah, we might have some new faces. I'm not saying we will, Patrick Bamford, hopefully, but we might have some more faces with the version 4.0. I don't really know how many faces PES Universe adds in, or if they add in faces. I'm pretty noob to this. Also, it will now have actually been Christmas, so, you know, Merry Christmas to you all, guys. I hope you had a wonderful day, no matter what you did manage to do or didn't do. My day, I can promise you, will probably not be filled with much. I will be watching Dyad, I know that for sure. But yeah, might not be filled with too much, but I hope you all had a good one regardless, man. Well, we've always got to try and take these opportunities against sides where maybe we think we deserve 3 points. This could easily be one of those games that we look at and we go, should be a 3-point game potentially. But we'll find out in this one. And I think we've got a squad here that will actually be all right. Oh, spot Rafinha. Oh, I couldn't get the ball through. That will actually be all right this season. I'm not going to lie. There was a few moments early doors, where, especially when we first looked at the squad, where I thought, we might not make this. We might not make this. Is relegation on the cards? And that really would have made me look, oh, wow. Rodrigo was all on his own, just couldn't get a decent header on it. I think the ball needed to be whipped more. But I did think for a brief moment when I first looked at the squad, initially it's nice because there's some 80 rated players, which some of the other teams obviously don't have lower down. Oh, that wasn't good. Phillips might be injured. But then when you actually look at the rest of the team, it's kind of like, well, what are we going to do about the rest of the squad, though, as we can't feed that ball through to Rafinha. And the last thing I want to do in this is give Southampton, I know he said Crystal Palace, and I don't know why, give Southampton any real opportunities, as I think that might have been going wide, but James Ward-Prowse cracks off a shot from distance, something he's very good at. I'll Click now, managing to get a bit of burst of space through the centre. I'm going to look for Rafinha. He's found Rafinha. Rafinha charges in on his foot, spins. It's not a good shot. Maybe should have tried to put some curl on that. Nice play, though, from the break. I mean, Southampton were all at sea. They were going to be in real trouble here. And I think I would have preferred Rodrigo to have come more centrally. Pablo Hernandez now finds Cooch. He's waiting for the run. He's tried to whip that ball in, I think, again towards Rodrigo like we did earlier in the game. Not a bad idea because, as I say, it worked earlier in the game. Just this time did not come off. A little bit frustrating there. This is going to be a beautiful ball through, and it's well taken, and 1-0. That's impressive from Southampton. Literally straight down our throat, straight over the top. Danny Ings with the crazy celebration, the confetti. 1-0 Southampton. Coming forward again now, Southampton. Cock will clear it. Oh, it's straight to Danny Ings. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. The clearance straight to Danny Ings. And, I mean, we're giving this to Southampton. We are giving this to them. Che Adams, well defended by Cock to start with, but then passes it straight to Danny Ings, and Llorente doesn't even block it. Danny Ings now getting forward again for Southampton. They've already shown it doesn't take many opportunities for them to bang a goal in the back of the net. And this is becoming a little bit of an issue for us. We could be in for a big beating here, although that's not bad for Rodrigo. Rafinha, though, his touch is dreadful. He's going to end up with the ball back and then lose it again. Oh, ball's come in, and what another finish. Oh, wow, the passing here from Southampton is something special. And what a finish that is from Redmond. I think they've had 3 shots in this entire game, and all 3 have hit the back of the net. And I think that just shows how wide open we've been at the back. And it's bad, boys. It's bad. Well, there we go, guys. Half time, and I mean, Southampton are completely out of sight. We haven't scored 3 all season, and we ain't going to score 3 in this one the way we're playing. And for me, this is game over already. Well, pretty much just playing for pride this second half, and we don't have much of that left either. An awful first half there. Really, really bad first half. I've got nothing to say. They want it more. Look at that again there. Look at that again there. I mean, Llorente ends up giving away the foul, but what is Calvin Phillips doing? Nothing is working today, and we've got the best team spirit we've had all season. Rafinha now doing very well here. He's going to whip that one in. He just couldn't find Rodrigo. This was better, though, from us. Click now, trying to find Pablo Hernandez, but it sits the back of his heel. And this is where we get in trouble again now, isn't it? This is where we get in trouble again now, as they're going to look to try and play this down the wide. And Cooch has done really well to win that back and actually get the ball ahead. That is unbelievable, but it's a terrible ball then from Rafinha. And this is just our team at the moment. Don't know whether we're coming or going. Pablo now on the run. He's going to try and play in Rafinha. He's going to play in Rafinha. First time shot. He's just dragged it wide, and I think that's our first shot of the match, actually. I think that's our first shot of the match. This is the nicest bit of play we've done in the entire game. Well played, Pablo, to find Rafinha there, and he's just pulled it wide. Pablo's found Rafinha here. Rafinha now strikes it straight at the goalkeeper. I think that's the first time we've hit the target here, and again, that just sums up our day, doesn't it, really? First time hitting the target in the entire match is in that moment right there, and just again, sums up the way we've played in this one. It's been a much better second half. But, I mean, we made our bed in that first half, didn't we? Rafinha now, though. They've stood off him a little bit in patches in this game. Rafinha now. We'll play this out wide to Cooch. Cooch wants some runners. He's not going to get them, and the ball will go out for a throw-in. Southampton coming forward again now with Danny Ings. Fires off a shot, but straight into Beslier's arms, and I think we'll be happy to see the back of this game, to be honest with you. It's really frustrating it was at home as well, but there's just nothing we could do in this one as Rafinha plays a very questionable ball, but it actually managed to find its location. Bamford now will play that back into Jeremy Doku, who will try and twist and turn in the box and just couldn't beat. There we go, boys. A crushing and humiliating defeat, really. Maybe we won't get our 6 points in this one as we lose 3-0 to Southampton. They was just clinical that first half. Much better second half from us, though. Well, I think it might be best if we just leave that one behind. And there wasn't really many positives to take from that one, but I think if we just forget about that game, we're going to play Harrison today as well as Rodrigo a little bit further up top. And yeah, that's what we're going to go with, I think. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. But yeah, not many positives, but Fulham, a side we certainly need to be beating in this league. And we did lose to West Brom as well, the other promoted side. That's not really good enough. These are the teams we definitely need to beat. Hopefully, we'll be celebrating after this one. This could be the first 3 of the 6 points in today's episode. Maybe. Well, can't go any worse than the last one, can it? Can't go any worse than the last one. And that's what we're going to keep telling ourselves this season. Consistency is going to be hard. My consistency over this Christmas period has been difficult as well. Getting game time in. I haven't played anywhere near as much PES as I would have liked to over this Christmas period. But, there's stuff to do, right? There's the world, well, what's left of it, to enjoy. So the streaming really has taken over. But let's see if this can be the first 3 points. I have this feeling that we're going to concede early, though. I really do. They're piling on the pressure instantly, and that's worrying me. It's worrying me. They're supposed to be playing defensively. Didn't feel like it there when they were piling forward. Well, let's hope for a better result in this one. I'm praying for a better result in this one. Pablo's done well there to get that to Lukey. Rodrigo nearly gets to it. We're going to end up with the ball back here, though, with Calvin Phillips. He will slide in and get to that, and Rafinha won't get to that ahead of him, and he looked to have picked up a little bit of a knock there. Never really tells you on PES if someone's picked up a knock, so it's a bit worrying there that he started holding his leg straight after, but we will see. We'll find out as we go along. And now we just need to try and close out Fulham's attacks, because they're going to be all right on the counter. Camera, though, is starting today and not Mitrovic. So I feel like that's one less player to worry about to a degree. That's nothing against Camera, but I feel like Mitrovic is just a little bit more potent. Rafinha now making that run. It's a terrible ball from Ayling, though, if we're honest. Oh, they've got lucky. They've got so lucky with this bounce. This is so frustrating. He's got to be offside. Thank you. Thank you. We don't have an Adoma Lookman face as well, which is a bit of a shame. But, yeah, definitely got unlucky there. I mean, watch this. We're so blessed that he's offside. But the bounce from just goes straight to him. But no, we get lucky. He's offside. I was going to be devastated then because roughly around the same time that Southampton scored against us. And we've been dominant in this one so far. Ailing now. Wait for Rafinha to make the run. Rafi, what's he going to do? He turns. Rodrigo, 1-0. What a goal. What's been given here? Oh my God, referee. I thought you was our hero a second ago. And now you've turned into the villain. What's wrong with this? Oh, that is a joke. That is a joke that's not been given as a goal. Rodrigo's fuming. So am I. Well, the best bit of play we've had so far, it's not going to count. It's not going to count. It's just quite simply not going to count. And that is infuriating. That is absolutely infuriating. I do not know how we are not looking at 1-0 here. And now watch this. Adoma Lookman. I tell you what Dallas's issue as well is defensively, he's not very quick. He can't really keep up with the opposition if they've got quick wingers. I mean, Gineppo turned me inside out in the last game. And I imagine he's going to struggle against Lookman as well. Pablo now. A little bit of space. He's going to stab that forward to Rafinha, who's surely not going to be tackled. Okay. I'm pretty sure that would have been given against me. Well done, Calvin Phillips there, though. And now is there an attack? Rafinha. There's just not enough bodies getting forward. I think we're going to have to look at this because it's really infuriating how many bodies aren't getting forward. They're playing really defensively, but it worries me to play more offensively, just, you know, simply because they'll break through. They'll get through on the counter, but there's nowhere near enough bodies there making forward runs for us. Rafinha now is going to find Rodrigo in a bit of space. Rodrigo just runs into trouble. Gives away a free kick to Fulham. Well, here comes Loftus-Cheek. No one tracking him. And Camara hits the post. Hits the post after I said I don't think he'll cause us any problems. He goes and hits the post just before half-time. 0-0, stalemate, and it could go either way, this, to be honest with you. Oh, well, here we go instantly. Fulham on the break. Camara, what can he do? He's done really well. Llorente gets in front of his man and a shot will be fired off. And Meslier pushes it wide. Fulham coming out of the traps differently here. Luke Ayling gave the ball away. Wasn't quick enough to react. Luckily, Llorente got in the way of that there. Well, a few warning shots here as Fulham have come out on the attack. And I don't know if that benefits us or not, but we don't seem to be doing well under the pressure so far as Mateus Click now gives the ball away and Llorente misses the tackle. 1-0 Fulham from shocking play. Click gives the ball away. Llorente misses the ball. We are a joke, boys. Well, shocking from us there. Nothing short of absolutely disgraceful in that situation. As we're looking like we want to give the ball away again, can we make some movements forward, boys? Can we make some runs forward as well? It'd be lovely. And we genuinely look awful. I've not seen us play this badly as Rafinha's having to play with his back to goal consistently. Pablo's making a little bit of a cheeky run there. Ailing's going to keep the ball and then he's going to try and play that through to Rafinha. And we've got to do all we can now to get a goal back. Rafinha does brilliantly there. He stays on his feet and come on, referee. Call something the other way, man. Dallas wins that there. Rodrigo. He's got to be quick. Rafinha does well. Rafinha from distance. Oh, Lance Rodrigo and he just can't get it under his control. And we just can't find anything at the moment. We look a little bit lackluster. Robin Koch now is going to fire forward with this. And it's an awful pass for. I don't know what he's thinking there. I genuinely have no idea what the man was thinking there. It was awful. But he might win the ball back. He won't. And we're in trouble, boys. We're sinking without a trace here. And Fulham are behind us. So they're in 18th. And we are now leaving ourselves wide open. As Meslier does hold on to that. We're leaving ourselves wide open to be caught here at the bottom. After having a couple of decent results, we've now put ourselves backwards, as that's terrible defending again from the boys. We now put ourselves backwards, and we look in severe trouble. We look like we could end up going down here. Click now. Got a little bit of room to run into. He's going to give it to Dallas. This is the furthest we've got forward in a while, and again it's just dried up for us. The ball in towards Harrison. Harrison will find Rodrigo in space. We are back in it, boys. We're back in business in the 83rd minute. The first time we've really managed to find some space there in the Fulham half, and it is 1-1. Oku and Bamford coming on. Bamford will go up top. Rodrigo will push into Cam. Well, will there be a late twist in this one? There certainly could be. Rodrigo now pushing into that position. I know I've got a runner here in Harrison. He just couldn't quite get to the ball, could he? He couldn't, but Dallas will win that back, and now we're in a good position. Jeremy Doku waiting for the run of Paddy Bamford. Good touch, good move! Oh, boys! Oh, 2-1. Leeds United. Paddy Bamford coming off the bench, getting the goal. A lovely touch, a lovely finish. And wow. Wow. I knew once we were in this position, we had a bit of space. What a touch to move it and curl it beyond the bar. Oh, 2-1 Leeds United. And all we've got to do now is just defend this one, and we will be with a great result. And Doku gets himself an assist. The 2 substitutions having an impact. Well, there we go, boys. We managed to win this one 2-1 with a goal in the 84th and 90th minute. Rodrigo and Patrick Bamford. And I'm so happy. I complained for the entirety of this match, but we got the win that we needed, boys. Right, boys, is the 6 points on? I think so. Let's get to the next match and let's see what we can do. I've also added some more players to listed players, and there's something that we need to consider as Danny Alves wins Best South American Player of the Year award. Well done, Danny. We need to consider the idea of selling Rodrigo. As much as I don't want to sell him, don't get me wrong, I don't want to sell him. I love him. He's brilliant. He could raise the funds that gave us enough to really boost the club. To be honest with you, to really boost the club. Now, what wages is he on, though? That would be absolutely fantastic. He's 29. Let's remember that as well. He's going to start going down, as he already is starting to go down. This will probably be the season where we get the most money feasible for him. As much as I love using him, he's great for the club. Would it make sense to cash in and sign a couple of players with that money? I'd love your guys' thoughts, as Jeremy Doku is already ever improving. Okay, so it says the salary here, 53,000. So it would give us a bit of cash there on the salary. We'd have to replace him. I'm not sure who with, a young striker that didn't cost too much money. But food for thought, boys, food for thought. Right, boys, so this will be the team for the West Ham game. Bamford's going to start up top in this one after that performance with Rodrigo behind him. Doku on the right, Rafinha on the left. Those two are interchangeable. They're both absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. They've got a strong side, though. They're playing very defensively. I think this is going to be a difficult test for us. I would love to say we're going to get our 6 points today, but maybe not. London Stadium time and a tough test against a defensive West Ham, but as you'd expect, I mean, Moyes, that's how he plays. Looks like they've got signed Dawson as well at the back. I don't know how I didn't notice that. But Antonio up top, he's a speed merchant. He's going to cause us problems. They're playing defensively, as you see already. And I think we're going to be in for a game of dominance. But we've shown very much recently that it doesn't matter how much you dominate the game. We are still more than capable of throwing it away. As I'm going to play in Patrick Bamford here, who's going to try and play in Rodrigo. He's going to get it to Rodrigo. Finds off an unbelievable thunderbolt. And it's 1-0 Leeds United already. And maybe I was mistaken about everything I said there at the start of the match. Let's forget every single word I said. 6 points is on, boys. And what a finish this is. This is just great play. Just great interplay. Doku to Bamford. Bamford to Rodrigo in space. Bang! Goal. Well, 2 minutes and we're 1-0 up. Now, they've gone more standard. I don't expect them to go attacking until the second half. And that makes me in utter belief. As Rafinha charges it down the wing, he's going to be able to get the ball in towards Paddy B. But he just couldn't get the ball anywhere else. But we're going to be able to potentially get another goal. And I think that should be the marker here. Because 1 is never enough, is it? We know that. 1's not enough. We're extremely poor defensively. We have been all season so far. We're going to struggle to deal with Antonio. We know that already as well. We need to potentially here at least get another 1. Doku's done really well there, though, to go past his man. And he's going to absolutely stream forward. He's not. Well won back, I think, there by Lanzini. Soucek is a monster in the centre of midfield for them as well. Rodrigo now. He's going to find Bamford there. Rodrigo carries on making his run. They can link up all day long. Rodrigo does enough. Can Doku get to it? He can't. That was nearly a very, very good moment for us here at Leeds United. The link-up play already between Bamford and Rodrigo is better than Rodrigo's and Hernandez. And I'm kind of thinking that we should have been playing Rodrigo in this kind of role all along. As Jeremy Doku now will pick up the ball, but they're packing midfield pretty well here at West Ham. Bamford now What can he do? He's going to be cornered off, is he? I mean, we put him under enough pressure for them to give the ball away, though. We like that. We've kind of changed up how we're playing as well. We're trying to play on the front foot a little bit more now and put teams under a lot more pressure. So far, since making that decision in the Fulham game, so good, I suppose you could say that. Is that even a saying, so far, so good? I'm pretty sure it's not, as Click will find Rodrigo there. Back to Alioski, and not really getting anywhere good here, are we? Doku now. What can he do? Not a bad touch, but Soucek is just far stronger than him, and we lose the ball. Not good from us. So far in this first half, this style of play has actually worked. Which is really impressive, isn't it? As Doku now tries to play in Rodrigo again, and their link-up play just needs to get a little bit tighter, and I think we'll be in for another goal. But at half-time, it's 1-0 Leeds United. A very early goal for Leeds United here. 3 minutes for Rodrigo. It was a fantastic finish. I'm quite happy with this first half. We genuinely could be on for 6 points. Well, Sebastian Haller now coming on for them. Interesting decision, but I suppose when you're struggling, it's the right choice. As I spot Rodrigo making a run, and he's fiercely in on him there, isn't he? He's really fiercely in on him. Oh, Click's done brilliantly there. Rafinha now. Great play. Rodrigo. Doku! Can he fire off a shot? He can't. The ball kept going forward and just couldn't quite make it happen, could we? Rodrigo now will turn. Pounce on it. Rafinha. Bamford on the turn. Straight at the keeper. West Ham coming forward now, trying to cause us all kinds of problems. They're doing very well at that. That was a beautiful play. That was beautiful play down the wing there from West Ham. Genuinely. They're causing me a few issues here now. We're not getting very lucky. We got a little bit lucky here, though, we Click. And now they're probably going to start backing off as we find Doku. And Doku's through ball just wasn't good enough. It was a nice idea. It was a nice idea, just not well executed. That feels like something I say a lot this season, but it's how I feel as we nearly play in Rodrigo. We're just an inch off getting another goal, I think. This is a beautiful ball forward here by West Ham. They're going to get it in towards Haller. Oh, it's off the post. And oh my God, Meslier, what are you doing? He's got to do better there. He's got to do better. West Ham have had nothing all game. Nothing. One sniff. Sebastian Haller. Disgraceful again at the back. So bad at the back of this Leeds United side. We really are. It's true to real life at the moment, isn't it? And we should have scored again, in my opinion, at some stage. And it's that ball over the top that undoes us. And then the crossing is very good from Fornals, but you've got to hold that, Meslier. You've got to hold it. Calvin Phillips now to Cooch. Cooch plays in Rodrigo. Rodrigo can't find his man, but Rafinha ends up with it and fires off a shot, and it wasn't awful. He's been a bit hit and miss as Rafinha today, to be honest with you. I've not been over the moon with his performance. I've got to be honest. He's frustrated me a little bit as Cooper will manage just to get enough onto that. But yeah, he's frustrated me a little bit. Some of his touches have been poor. Bamford lines it up for Doku. Oh, well blocked. Very well blocked, and that'll be our first corner of the episode, I think, actually. Well, there we go. It's going to be a draw in the end, and really ridiculous that we gave up that goal, but we just couldn't break them down after that. I think we got lucky with how open they were early doors. They didn't stay that open. A few opportunities for us, but at the end of the day, I think that's points dropped from our opinion, but in a relegation battle, we'll take them. So at the halfway stage in the season, we do still see ourselves sat 13th, and if we finish 13th, I'll be extremely happy. We can't complain at that whatsoever. We just need to be cautious that we don't let sides catch up to us. To be fair, if we finish 17th, I'd be happy in this first season because it's been far more difficult than I expected it to be with Leeds. But nevertheless, the transfer window will open now, and I have realised that maybe it doesn't make sense for me to do these episodes back-to-back, as I would love to get your guys' opinion on what we should do with Rodrigo. Do we keep him and keep building as we are, and maybe see if we can pick up one player on a cheap? Or do we sell him, cash in, and then try and build around that? That's the decision. We got Wolves, Man United, and Brighton in the next episode, so some big games again. I'd take 4 points in the next one as well. If we get 4 points in every episode now until the end of the season, we'll definitely be safe. Anyway, guys, that's it for me in this episode. I appreciate the support as per usual. Thank you very much for helping me hit 600, and I'll see you in the next one.